Yeah, essentially, players try not to be eliminated for their teams in the World Team League. If you go 1-1, both players are out. And then if you go 2-0, of course, you're still alive, and you can play in that ace match if it happens. And usually what happens is you have, like, if you do end up going to, like, what's a game 7, it's one team going 2-0, one player, another player on the other team going 2-0, and then one of the matches goes 1-1, and then you bring an ace out because you don't have a revive. In the rare case that it goes 1-1 all the way through, obviously then you have a revive, so you can bring out any player. But yeah, we have seen, like, they're having some shenanigans with those ace matches in the past. I remember for Alex back when Nice was on the team, they would just randomly bring out Nice because technically, yeah, he's on their roster. So they'd just bring him out to play. Because why not? Yeah. Here we are. Reynor Zerg. I am excited. Obviously, I think recently Reynor, in terms of results compared to someone like RAGNAROK, has actually not been doing, I mean, has been doing as good. Kind of a similar story where Reynor got to the finals of DreamHack Masters in Europe, did end up losing to Clem. So, you know, storylines here. I can weave a narrative. Both players have lost in their most recent finals to a Terran. Reynor obviously played that one a lot closer. That was a 7-game series. RAGNAROK did kind of get stomped by Maru in that 4-0, which was a bit unfortunate to see because obviously RAGNAROK is just so darn good, man. He's been really peaking, and it's been great to see because I feel like RAGNAROK is one of those players that really deserves it with the amount of time that he has put in, and especially with developing his own style of play and how he approaches the game. It's been great to see that finally paying off, especially. Kind of a similar. It feels kind of similar to a player like Bunny. For the longest time, I still am, but for you know, I was a big Bunny fan just because it felt like he was constantly on the up and up. It felt like he was constantly getting better and developing his own style as Reynor. Ooh. To no avail, tries to catch those lings. Unfortunately, that's not going to work out for him. And so RAGNAROK's still going to be able to scout around. Both players are going for the usual third base. There's nothing really crazy going on here. This is about as standard a ZVZ opening as you get. Now, Reynor, I was going to say, RAGNAROK actually is the one who could probably get aggressive off this. Most oftentimes than not, I think RAGNAROK is usually the player who's more likely to try and pull the trigger on some sort of aggression. Actually, yeah, got speed there, and it's going to stop those lings from pushing on in. But RAGNAROK has done some pretty interesting stuff with Ling Bane timings off this 3-base setup where he actually cuts drones around 33 to 35. We actually see he's going for 35 drones now. And then we'll sometimes go for just a lot of Ling Bane off Carapace upgrades. Right now, that's not the case. It's actually a really fast +1 ranged weapons. RAGNAROK is going to get a little bit aggressive here with a few Lings. But it's not like a super big flood. His Rotorn is on the way. He's going to be preparing to transition. But I'm not surprised that we are going to be seeing RAGNAROK just trying to apply a little bit of pressure. Reynor is the one playing a bit safer, defending, and just getting his macro in order. Both players sitting at a very, very close work count. And yeah, this is all very, very well done by both these players. The layer on the way for RAGNAROK is just a little bit faster. And so that roach speed upgrade, of course, can make a really big difference in fights if it becomes a really big difference here in this upgrade timing. As very nice trigger there on the Banelings by a Ling. Yeah, Damon, let's go support Alpha X. Yes. Welcome. Hope you will all enjoy, and pressure quality is up to par. But with that being said, scrimmage here, Banelings. That trigger actually ends up killing one of Reynor's own, who now has a few roaches getting ready to go across the map. Now, RAGNAROK already has his own roaches ready. 5 of them here, a nice morph there into a Ravager, and the Baneling as well. Oh. Whew. Okay. Yeah, RAGNAROK just going to shut down that little pressure. Again, it wasn't a super big committal there from Reynor. Mind you, behind this, he's at 58 workers. So a little drop in army value is not really a massive deal right now for Reynor, who still does not have this wall off complete. This is the second time now Lings have just gotten into the main, gotten a full scout for Ragnarok. And, you know, if anything, European Zergs have shown us the importance of scouting. Cyril especially, man. Just always scouting. And so we're just going to see, yeah, Ragnarok right now is just preparing. Again, has this full wall off in the natural so Lings can't get in. It's a failsafe. It's saying, listen, I know you might want to go for a run, as I know that this is something you're going to look for. I'm just covering my bases. The Galil Reconstitution. Now, this upgrade timing, as I said, can be pretty massive. And right now, it's about a 30-second difference between ahead for Ragnarok. And while that seems like a lot, that can end up being a pretty massive difference, especially if you're seeing Ragnarok start to get aggressive. And right now, he is swelling roaches. He's at 50 workers. Reynor has gone up to 65. So that's a massive difference right now. Both players have +1. Once that roach speed kicks in, though, the extra micro ability for Ragnarok, even with the creep, it's going to be harder for Reynor to take these fights. But this is a bit early here for Ragnarok. Sure, you have a little bit more army supply, but it's still coming across the map. It's still tied up in production. I do not know if this is the call for Ragnarok. Is trying to press on forward. Again, you have the speed. You can pull back from the Corrosive Vials, but the numbers, they're just not there. Reynor has more. And yeah, I do not know. This was not the call here for Ragnarok. This was just a little bit early. Reynor was already preparing for this. Now, though, this angle from Ragnarok is just looking a little bit better, but the army supply is just not in his favor as he's trying to move on in. He doesn't have +2 yet, mind you. It's just the roach speed, so he's going to run away. He's going to drop down 30 supply. Man. Not at all what you wanted to see there for Ragnarok. I mean, yeah, unfortunately, like that +2, there wasn't really a window where Ragnarok was going to be able to hit with +2 and the speed upgrade. But I think really should have waited for that upgrade and then waited for more units. Again, he had that army advantage. I think Ragnarok just getting a little bit antsy there. Felt like, hey, I need to try and attack, make this work while I have this upgrade. I have this timing. But Reynor just ready for everything. And man, Reynor's ZVZ. I feel like we haven't been as spoiled for seeing Reynor's ZVZ as we have been in the past. We did get to see him versus Cyril in the recent DreamHack Masters. But you know, we're not getting to every DreamHack like we used to. Sometimes you forget just how good it is. Here we go. Reynor, he's trying to attack on in, but this choke point is so nice for Ragnarok. He's just going to push on forward, and I think now is about when you have to pull back. It's a very, very nice job by Ragnarok here, just holding the choke, making sure that Reynor cannot push in. But mind you, right now, Reynor's on 4 bases. Reynor got up that 4th hatchery a long time ago. Ragnarok, he committed to the attack, committed to the pressure, and now it just feels like it's not going to work out in this fight. It's a nice angle by Ragnarok. He's coming from 2 sides. The reinforcements also finding their way on through. Corrosive Vials have to be dodged, but the army supply is just not in favor of the Alpha X Zerg. It's 100 to 70. Units are starting to go down. That's going to be GG. Reynor picking up game number 1. And I mean, all going back to that one attack by Ragnarok, and that's just, man, that's how close it is sometimes. One bad attack. That's going to set Kaizi up 1-0. Here we are. Inside and out. It's going to be an interesting venue for map number 2. Obviously, there was a little bit of wait there between the games. Had to switch servers just because you're playing. Actually, never mind. I forgot Reynor's in Korea right now, so they didn't. I was going to say, that was a pretty short wait time if they did, but no, they didn't have to swap servers. Forgot that Reynor's in Korea. I believe he still is. And so, yeah, both players playing as comfortably as, of course, they can here. And yeah, we're gonna see how this goes. I mean, again, that game 1, it's always interesting when it all comes down to a timing. When, you know, the entire game is decided by which player attacks first at the wrong time. And that was Ragnarok. He had the speed timing. he had actually the army supply advantage with the round of roaches that were in production, and ends up walking that across the map just a little bit ahead of that, thinking that will still have the numbers. And unfortunately, that just doesn't work out. So that means that now his best bet is to at least tie it up for Alpha X. Obviously, Reynor, I think has been the player that in the past they have relied on to do well and to kind of get them to a lot of these victories. But recently at least, we have seen Zoun and Astrea step it up. Here we go. Lings are pressuring, and this is a bit interesting here. Reynor, they get 6 Lings. RAGNAROK is eventually going to be able to push it away. There's nothing crazy here. That's the secret. There's nothing crazy happening. But RAGNAROK does have that speed a lot quicker. So Reynor actually, yeah, it's just has not started that up. Is Reynor? No way, Reynor. Oh, did Reynor forget speed? Unless he's going roaches. This has to be a really fast roach warren. Right? Yeah, okay. I was going to say, there's no way Reynor just forgot speed when he's going Lings. But no, this is a very, very fast roach warren. I believe RAGNAROK actually went up the ramp there and did manage to see that, as he is already placing down his 3rd hatchery. Now, yeah, Reynor's not getting a 3rd hatchery. That's not the plan right now. That's not the priority. RAGNAROK sees this. He's going to be able to stop the wall off. That's an Evo chamber. RAGNAROK should have a full idea of what's going on. He's even going to get up into the main. And he should be able to see that, hey, your circling speed doesn't finish at the same time as mine. And guess what? It's not researching. So that's all the information you need is RAGNAROK. Immediately, the evolution chamber is going to go down. Reynor is going into +1 ranged. And this is going to be a very, very aggressive 2-base attack here from Reynor. Definitely not what I was expecting. But you'd love to see it. This is very, very interesting. 10 Lings on the way. Roach Warren. RAGNAROK is going to start to prepare. He has the 3 hatches. He's going to have that extra larva. Will he be able to use it? Carapace upgrade is going to be the choice. And obviously, when you're attempting to hold an all-in, it's hard to choose sometimes what you get for that upgrade. What are you going to get? Because you can just try and match the +1, delay the attack a little bit. Look at this! Oh my, Reynor! This is so... He's playing all the mind games! He's gonna get roaches. He's still gonna be getting the +1. But it's gonna be... It's gonna be a spire behind it. Now this is very bad. The queens, the wall... Oh, Reynor, no! This is about as bad as it gets. Just letting the Lings in. Queens are gonna start to go down. The spire has been scouted. And this is not the plan here for Reynor. Just did not move his queens close enough. Now he's going to start to lose a few drones. The Zergling is just going to eventually get on out. Most of them go down, but the value that they got is so very worth it. I mean, yeah, RAGNAROK has a complete idea what's going on here. I don't think he should be caught out at all. And maybe Reynor's going to stick with the Spire and just hope that RAGNAROK expects him to cancel it. I guess that is potentially the one plan here for Reynor, is you just keep the Spire going, hoping that your opponent doesn't expect it, but more queens are in production. Reynor's, yeah, just gonna, or RAGNAROK's just gonna add on queens. No Spore Crawlers just yet, but is already going up to 6 queens, or 5 queens at least. 6th on the way. These 5 units, yeah, what are they gonna be able to get done? I mean, Reynor's down 14 workers. This hatchery is under pressure. Zergling's just going to try and focus it down. The roaches are here, but the hatchery is still going to be canceled. And man, canceling a hatchery too just hurts for Reynor. Just delaying that economy even more. As Spore Crawler is now coming down, RAGNAROK just has these timings. Yeah, he knows exactly what's happening. This is starting to feel like a very, very rough position for Reynor. He's actually immediately going into an infestation pit. And I think that's actually the best call you can make in this situation for Reynor. The one unit that can actually swing this game, even if you're down in numbers for Reynor, is going to be an Infestor. Infestors deal great with Zerglings. They can you know, with that fungal growth, they also deal great with Mutalisks with it. As, bad position there by the Roaches. They're not between the mineral line, and so they are going to get surrounded. They are going to get, I mean, knocked down slowly. Mind you, this is +1 Carapace Lings. It's just a bit rough as, yeah, a few Roaches going down. Hatchery under fire. Oh no, our Hats play? What? What? That's awful. How did that happen? I'm going to have to fix this. Don't worry, guys. I'll fix that. That is... apologies. Yeah, Infestor's on the way. That's the plan. And again, not surprised. That's just about... that's about all you can do, really. I mean... yeah, it is... it's scary. It is a scary position here for Reynor, but, you know, these Infestors, they can swing. They can swing this game. We've seen players like Dark before, especially Dark, been able to use these Infestors to amazing effect. And so, you know, I don't know if RAGNAROK's going to be expecting it. Right now, he's clumping these Mutalisks like you would for everything else. But, oh, Pathogenic Glands is not done. Infestors are just going to get sniped. Oh, that hurts so bad for Reynor. He didn't have the upgrade. And the... oh, no, there's not enough energy. Yeah, these Mutas are just wreaking havoc. I mean, there's 3 Queens. Spores are going down. Oh, just barely not enough time there for Reynor to get the upgrade up. He's going to have to cancel more Spore Crawlers. Another Infestor is going to get sniped. Now Zerglings are finding their way on in. The Roaches are going to do their absolute best here to fight, but... the Mutas are just on top of everything, and it feels like this game 1 is going to end, or this set 1 is going to end in a 1-1 fashion. As, yeah, RAGNAROK able to strike back wonderfully. Knocks down a few more Overlords. Infestor just popped out. They're also going down. No upgrade means that they do not have that fungal growth right off the bat. Even the Roach is getting caught out now, too, and this is just brutal. Reynor, I think, realizing that this game is very much over. He went for a gamble, a really big gamble here in the early game on Inside and Out. It's not a small map. You know, there you run the risk. I mean, even if that Roach timing had worked out, you run the risk of that not being able to find killing damage, and then you might still be behind. But hatcheries are going to start to go down. This is, I mean, behind this, it's about a 70 drone RAGNAROK on 4 hatcheries. He kills the natural, gets on out. Sure, he loses a lot of Mutalisks, but hey. I think he got good enough value to make it worthwhile, and now, yeah, Queen's gonna get caught out. Ooh, good catches there on the bottom one, not able to get to the top. I mean, still just gonna try and break open the wall, and I think that Queen does not have enough health. So, 2 Lings make their way on in, sees that that hatchery has not been replanted, more Infestors on the way, and now the 3rd, yeah, just gonna tap out. RAGNAROK picks up the 1-1, does a great job to keep his team in it, to make sure that he doesn't go down that far.